David, it's great to have you here in Gothenburg and that we can be part of this streaming broadcast.
It's really nice to be here, of course.
With the
Been
brilliant.
many years, hasn't it?
It's been many,
oh my
many
God, let's not
years.
count the
I
years.
stopped counting, but it's lovely, and your energy level has not gone down. They have risen, I must say. So it's amazing. But now we're going to show together with you your publications you are
Yes.
publisher of. So,
Annalie,
and Anna-Lena, you will support us.
my
to-
favorite sales girl.
Yeah. So, David, it all started with you.
Yes, you talked about many years. I mean, this is the beginning of everything. We came out in 1988. We were a bit of a sensation. Nobody's seen anything like it. Graphically, there were queues all over Prevision to have it. But when you are like the Bible of the business, as we were called in the 90s, then your future's like a bit like the star going down. So one of our problems has been to keep innovating, to keep making it look new, and above all, to be true to what we are. So we've had two major things in the last 3-4 years. One is about the age group. As you can see, I'm not really a babe anymore. So I am part of the old generation, the great generation. I'm a boomer. You know, the Liège Courts, the Nelly Rodis, the whole Premier Vision, the glory days of a dream. Remember when everybody used to sort of arrive and how am I going to
The red
dress for Premier
carpet.
Vision? And then
Yeah.
we were all queuing for the audiovisual. So we're that generation. But of course, things change. And I have brought in a much younger team. So one of the problems, as you know, about a business, whether you're selling clothes or whatever it is, how do I keep my old customer but find a new customer? My new customer is the new generation, 25-30, and my old customer is my own age group, so they're all loyal. Oh, I've had you for years.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to find that balance. So we split the magazine. We are still textile. Our heart is textile. That's our niche. That's our speciality. So anyone who loves textiles, we're famous for it. Best photography, best coverage, I think. But then we have, with my younger team, we have a whole attitude about how it works, what they're making, how it's different. We do a lot more about future of making, sustainability, and one of the things we're going to progress into is smart textiles. So we're very good on the traditional, beautiful Italian textile that's made, you know. But we now want to do, we realize we have to do the smart and the rest of it. And the other thing is that we do have digital versions, but we are essentially a touchy magazine.
Yeah.
And we realize that that's a very difficult ground to defend, you know, from our own speeches here, how much is now on the internet. So it's defending that. So we are very busy keeping the glamour up. We want to make it a product that you want to keep. I wouldn't say the word coffee table because that's I don't know what that means, but definitely something that you're proud to have, you're proud to put on your office desk and to have in your showroom. So we're doing the two things: rejuvenating, finding the balance, old and new, and being extremely glammy, but it's something you want to invest in and keep. So that's the Bible. That's all our beginning. This is our second Bible. It's a great relationship. Thank you. With Pantone. We have been loyal friends for years. We started this in 30 years ago, 1992. And they wanted to start a trend book. You know, let's do Pantone trend. I said, this is silly because I'm doing a trend book. And we had two big brands in the 90s, so View and Pantone. Let's put them together. So we made Pantone, View, kind of. Now, I want to explain because everybody, oh, it's not as gorgeous as, you know, Dominique Leclerc, which you've got over here, or maybe Christine. We are not a pretty color book. We are a tool. We've always said that from the beginning. Yeah. We're not the most expensive. We are pretty down to earth, but we talk a language of color. That means our friends up the road at Volvo or Electrolux or whatever we're talking about can use this book as easily as a fashion designer. You don't need a degree in color sophistication. And what is beautiful, apart from the color source and the simplicity, and we're not the most expensive, but what we are really, 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 really good at is, I would call it product stimulation, and above all, sorry, help me there. What we're really brilliant at is harmonies. We are the kings of harmonies. I know it sounds modest, but we are. So we start from, you know, we understand merchandising. So we start from a palette, which is very straightforward, 4 colors, because we know we can have 64 colors, 80, but it doesn't help you. You want a palette of 12 colors, you don't want to mess around. So we start with the basic colors, which are going to run through the season for this story, if you choose this story. And then we merchandise it. We say, okay, now you're going to add, here's your 4, now we're going to add a few accessory colors, how you're going to window dress it, how you're going to put it, how you're going to change it. And then we really throw it around, we harmonize it. So if you are making a telephone, I'm showing you the shell color, the trim color, the cover, all the rest of it. If you're making clothes, the ribbing, the label, the pull tag, whatever. So we're really, really good at solving your color problems and lots of suggestions about where to color. Because the question of life, and I always say this, is not here it is, this is brilliant. It's why? Why did we choose that? What does that mean to you? How are you going to use it? And how do you market it and sell it? So it's not just because anybody can come up and make anything if you've got the kind of power to present like Zara with 111 shops and the rest of it. You can present anything. But really it's about solving problems. Why, how, where, to whom.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very successful product.
Can I just mention a very
Yes.
good sales point?
Tell me.
Is
Ah.
this,
Thank you, Emily.
it's
Yeah.
real swatches in here.
And we are Pantone.
Yes.
Everything is Pantone, so you're straight to... I mean, I know Pantone license a lot of our friends around the table with numbers, but we have the real chips, and it's really sort of...
No, but that's
Pantone.
very precious.
Yeah.
it is.
Besides,
And
all
I
the
think for the
beautiful-
price, it's very good value for money.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh.
we're
So
not
this-
we're under the 1,000. How much is it now? How much you sell it for?
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
tell that. We'll
sick.
talk about
All
money
right.
later.
All right. But
There
it's-
is
it's
there
very-
is a
And of
USB
course,
with all
yeah,
the
because
images.
this one really nagged me. Please put the features in. All our guys want the
Yeah.
pictures and all the rest. So it's all in the USB. So it's usable. We're about a tool, usable images to use in your own presentations and all the rest of it. And I don't know if you want to put that on your wall instead of elephants and pandas or your husband. I've no idea. But anyway, we have the poster as well. So
It
I'm
is.
very proud of this product. It's been a long run. We're the top in the business. We are very big. We have clients which range from cars to watches to, of course, fashion. So we're
Fashion,
very,
yeah.
we're very, very wide.
And that's twice a year.
Yeah.
This one we forgot to mention.
Four
is
times,
four times a year.
Yeah, very seasonal. We do main season, concentrating on the shows, and then we do a second issue after on the forecasting.
Yeah.
So Premier Vision, MFS, whatever it is, it's all in one issue, preparing you for that. And then the next issue is preparing you for the season after,
Yeah.
so you know what to look for
Yeah.
when you get to the shows.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to talk about this one.
Yep.
This is a story of tremendous emotion. I have to go back to the very beginning because when I started View, I was working with Lee Edelcourt, and we decided in 1990 to start a magazine together called Viewpoint Color, which you remember created quite a sensation because Lee is really good on the visual imagery, and it was like, ooh, View on color, all the rest of it. For various reasons, we had to stop it. But everybody sort of remembered it in their heart. It was like, oh, such a beautiful magazine. And then I talk a lot, as you know. So I remember somebody saying to me, well, you talk so much, why don't you make speeches, all these speeches, why don't you put the speeches into analog form, a magazine? So I started Viewpoint, and I was
Yeah.
starting with you then.
Yeah.
We've done it at the theatre here, 1992.
Yeah.
Martin Raymond, who was the editor of this from what was it called?
Future Lab,
Future Lab, yeah.
Mm.
So we used to tease. Right? Anyway, we had a lot of fun doing it. But so we made the magazine, and it was very successful in the beginning because there were not a lot of gurus, inverted commas, going around telling people what to do. Then that kind of business expanded with the arrival of digital, with the arrival of the internet.
Mm.
So, there were more and more. I don't know how many thousand gurus there are out there now. So then we decided to make it a design magazine. So we were caught between being intellectual marketing or design, and we tried both. And in the end, we returned to color because fundamentally, whatever people say about color now, and yes, color, no color, dopamine, beige, color is really vital to the business at the moment, making the right color decisions. It's emotional, it is physical, it is color, sometimes it's like put under the table. Oh, yeah. Color is a discipline, it's an education, it's not easy to do. People think it's just easy, it's not. Applying color, choosing color, timing color is very, very difficult. So this magazine it's related, but it's different. This is about telling you what colors. We're very, very sensible about that. We really make, this is the palette you need to do. The timing is different, of course. This one is 12 to 18 months ahead of a season, and this one is 6 to 12. So this is jumping one behind it, so we don't cross.
Mm.
So really beautiful what you need to do. Lots of pages about how to make harmonies, what to do with the product. And we have a very, very big section asking questions like, should I do pink after Barbie? Is it black and white or should I do beige? What's going to happen to pastel? So questions that you're asking yourself in your business, we try to answer here.
Mm.
What is it? Should I do blue? Why isn't blue the color that we all follow? So we're asking the questions that you're asking in your own company. And then we balance all that kind of didactic color talk with a lot of inspirational articles, which are very beautiful and very just driven to make you feel color, to love color, and to inspire color. And this is definitely a real beautiful book. Very expensive to print and make, but this is where something you would really want to keep.
Yeah, and people do. They keep
hope
every
so.
issue.
It's very special.
Yeah.
But we try to manage the common sense with the inspirational,
Yeah.
which is not easy to do.
Right.
Now,
And then the young and happy.
this babe, I have to talk to you about this because there's a parallel. There's a digital youth book, which of course you can't see here.
Mm.
When I started publishing all those years ago in 1980, I remember going to Mode Information and one of our distributors along with you and saying, I'm going to kill the book business. I'm going to make a magazine. It's going to cost 50 euros. And in those days, it was, I don't know, French francs and English pound, and the rest of it. And they don't need a book because I'm going to do it in a magazine at a real democratic price. And this actually happens, in the beginning. It was like, but then I remember things changed, and then, as I said, we had a digital competition and big sites, and my friends. I mean, they are friends. They're competitors, but they're all friends, and they do a brilliant job. We just do different jobs. They came, and I remember one of my distributors saying, David, I know what you said all those years ago, but please, can you start making trend books? Because trend books is what's selling. So we started making trend books, but we wanted to be different because, I mean, you've heard from a couple of people today. There's Scout. There's all so many good people in the market. So we had to sort of have to think about positioning this. And we've always been an edgy company. We've always been, I hope, a pace setter. We certainly were with View when we started and all the rest of it, doing things in a different way. So we really wanted to make this a little bit, I know it's not easy. It's not giving you simple answers like this one does. This is really sort of provoking you, being a little bit cutting edge. Because we believe in the youth question, we believe in Generation Z's influence. We don't believe in mega trends anymore. We believe in lots of fractured minimal trends reflecting feeling and how you feel. So we didn't want to sort of do a mainstream book saying, here is the tracksuit bottom and here is the top, because everybody else is good at that. So we tried to use our brains and we tried to be a little bit edgy, looking at the sociology of what's going on. Again, always conscious of price point. I used to make clothes. I know what it is to sell clothes at a price point. So it's really about, giving you the details. I mean, we're talking about, rebellion. Not an easy one, but we're talking about what it means to youth, and it is rebellious, and we are rebellious, and we're all rebellious. So trying to express the reason why, how does the overall look, how is the sensation of it, and then we go into all the details, the color card, the harmonies, and what you expect, the look, the details, accessories, the trims, and of course the CAD cams. But we are edgy. And we don't want to be, I don't know what you think. I know you have to go around selling
It's for
this.
those early adapters that
Yes.
needs to translate it into more commercial products, but for sure, very high level of inspiration.
Yes,
It's
it's-
what's
it's for-
happening
There's
in
no,
the young
there's
market.
no point us being mass market. I mean, we have people like Decathlon. I'm very happy to say people like that, but we wanted to be like, it's View family, and View is known for being a little bit upfront.
Yeah.
So we try to do that. Thank you
So-
for your time. Thank you to Colour House, who have been lovely friends
Yeah.
for so long and
Yeah.
selling very well for me, and I appreciate all your efforts and hard work.
Oh, that warms our hearts, David. And likewise, you deliver products
It's
to
team.
us.
Team. You
It's
can't
teamwork.
sell unless we deliver the product. And what's good about Colour House is our communication together, because as an editor, you're always very blind. The only thing you hear is something, I didn't get my issue. Where is my issue? It's late, or something like that. So you should get all the advertisers. You put my wrong name or you put my wrong caption. So it's nice to have communication with the people who are distributing the product, because I don't know, it's very hard. Of course, I see people at Premier and all this, but the interface you have with the clients is very important to me.
Yeah.
What do they think? What do they like? What do they don't like?
Yeah.
And we're very honest to each other. Say, this is edgy. It's not for everybody, and I understand that, but that's a choice
Yes, good
that
one.
we make and we know.
Yeah, that's why we love View publications in this family of
I thought
books.
it was me.
And David, of course, because you are behind all this. You promised another 15 years, right? We heard you earlier. Now,
no.
View is, it's a good platform in our company. With
Listen,
all our clients.
the question is, I have a lot of digital competition, and we do, but we still firmly believe in beautiful product analog.
So do many of our clients.
Yeah.
And it's
So
coming back.
we
this
are
whole
happy.
restoring
Yeah.
thing coming back. So
I believe in both, and so I think we need both. And yes, that concludes the View. Thank you very much.
Thank you, subscribers.